All right, thank you.
Thanks. If you need me, I'm out here.
Okay. Okay, where should I start? Okay, so the topic is about childhood obesity. First thing I'm gonna do is Google childhood obesity. Okay, and all these websites pop up. I need some background information about childhood obesity. So there's a website from the CDC that I'm gonna go on it first. And the first thing I see pop up is a bunch of facts. So I might just look through these facts and see what they say. Childhood obesity has more than doubled in children and quadrupled in adolescents past 30 years. Percentage of children aged 6 to 11 in the U.S. who are obese increased from 7% to 18%. So now in my head I can jump and see on the internet to see what actually caused the spike to go up over 100-fold from 7 to 18%. So if I open a new tab, let me see. Why did the obesity rate spike by the early 2000s in the USA? First source I see is from one medical source I'm familiar with. Although I don't know what NCBI stands for, I just know they're very resourceful. And it comes up with like an academic type journal thing. Okay, so right here on the results it says from 2000 to 2005 the rate increased by 24%. So that's an even higher increase from just from 1980 to 2012. Wow, so this is like the main spike right here from 2000 to 2005 if we narrow it all down. There's just a bunch of random stats. And this is way too wordy, so I'm gonna back out of this actually. Live Strong, okay. I like Live Strong things. I use these for a lot of my actual research related topics. It's very user friendly and doesn't have a bunch of like mumbo jumbo facts and stuff. It just gets straight to the point. Okay, so it breaks it down into like different sections. Okay, so first section is sedentary activity. So it basically says 1 in 5 children in the U.S. are currently overweight, and many of them will struggle with weight for a lifetime. Okay. And the reason why is bam right here. What the heck? Children are spending hours watching television, playing video games, and surfing websites. Okay, so that's one reason why. It's a sedentary activity. High fructose corn syrup. Oh. Okay, so look, we go back to this right here. 1980s when it all pivoted. And this study right here shows high fructose corn syrup was introduced in the 1970s right here. You can find in cookies, soft drink, spaghetti sauce, bread. So it's basically a preservative type of thing, I'm sure. Wow. So high fructose corn syrup has a direct correlation to the obesity. Because they started putting this in foods in the 1970s, and the thing really started to spike in the 1980s. Okay, so I'm getting somewhere now. And of course, this was done by Princeton University, so that means it was done by a pretty reputable source. Okay. Fast food. Wow, $6 billion in fast food alone in 2000. Wow. So fast food, high fructose corn syrup, and other preservatives and additives, sedentary activity, and car culture. What does this have to say? So it's saying in this part that walking has become difficult now. Okay. However, as people move to suburbs, walking as a part of daily life becomes difficult as neighborhood stores and businesses are spread far apart. Countries who do not rely heavily on cars for everyday transportation have lower rates of obesity. Wow, that makes sense. Because I do remember learning in my wellness class about this one country off the coast of Taiwan. Average life expectancy is around 110 years. And that's all because people walk everywhere they go. They don't have cars because it's a very famine country, but yet they still live forever because they rely on natural resources to live. So that's pretty big. That totally makes sense. Okay. Okay, so now I've looked over a few reasons why the obesity has gone high. Okay. Childhood obesity. What else? What can I find right here? Who is more prone? So who is most at risk for developing childhood obesity? See if any genders or any races or any like male or female things come up. Because I'm Indian, you know. Let's see like how my race factors into this. Because I know a lot of diseases and such is very predominant on whether or not you're male or female, whether or not you're 50 years old or 40 years old. So that's big. Oh, there's an actual website, obesity.org. There we go. That's a chart I was looking for. Okay. Now, I guess this is done just from the assumption that most people are either Mexican American, non-Hispanic, black, or non-Hispanic white for the most part of this. Okay. So it shows a histogram from comparing the dates of 1988 to 1994 and then 2007 2008. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, and this is done for guys aged 12 to 19. Okay, that's crazy. So going from around like what 12% to like 16% for non-Hispanic whites, around 10% to around 18% for non-Hispanic black, around what like I say 14-ish% to around 26% in Mexican American. Okay, so clearly nothing's been going down, everything's been going up. Like when I do research, this is the very first thing I do. I just look up a bunch of sites, come up with a bunch of questions, keep searching more things. If it's something interesting like this, I can definitely go deeper. Because I went from going and figuring out, okay, childhood obesity, then I ended up finding what causes it, who's the at-risk communities for this. Okay, so it can be anything to cause childhood obesity, anything going from family history to psychological factors, lifestyle. Children whose parents or other family members are overweight or obese are more likely to follow suit. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. But the main cause of childhood obesity is a combination of eating too much and exercising too little. Okay. A poor diet containing high levels of fat or sugar and few nutrients can cause kids to gain weight quickly. 30% of adolescent girls and 52% of adolescent boys drink 24 ounces of soda or more per day. Wow. Well, I haven't touched a soda since like, shoot, a couple weeks actually. No, more than that. Probably like a month ago. I don't like drink a lot. Soda. Convenience foods, frozen dinners, salty snacks, canned pastas contribute to unhealthy weight gain. Okay. So basically, what I've gone, in these last like 10 minutes, basically I've rounded up that developing bad eating habits, bad, sedentary lifestyle habits when you're a kid equates to a more prolonged occurrence of obesity that will only get worse. However, if you exercise, you drink more water instead of fluids that are unhealthy, such as sodas. And I've even learned that like apple juice and orange juice, even drinking too much of that can actually cause increased spikes in blood sugar and weight if those nutrients aren't used properly. Health risk. Okay, so childhood obesity is a completely coherent thing to diabetes. It relates right to it. Sorry, adherent, not coherent. Coherent is the opposite of adherent. Type 2 diabetes is a condition in which your body doesn't metabolize glucose properly. Wow, so diabetes, heart disease, asthma, sleep disorders, joint pain. Wow. Oh, so this right here goes over. I like this website, healthline.com. Okay, so usually what I do is if I can try to find, okay, Word document. No, no. Okay, I'm just trying to open up a Word document now. Sure. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, cool. I should have done this earlier, but okay. So I just copy and paste all my websites on here. Since this is just going straight search, all the interesting websites, I keep them open in separate tabs. All the ones I don't find interesting or don't like what I'm seeing from those websites, I just delete those tabs and I just save these websites as I go. And then after that, while I do it or whatever, I just jot down what the main points are. So like in this Healthline, what I talk about, basically everything. So everything, and then just make like a list. So defining obesity, causes, health risks. Probably write like diseases. Okay, cool. How to change lifestyle. So that's that. On the Livestrong one, what causes? So what are the actual causes? Yes, what causes childhood obesity? Okay, so then on their website, sedentary, and eventually I'll actually cite these sources if I'm actually doing actual research for it. Fast food and car culture. / being behind the wheel all the time. That's big because I do that all the time. I drive a lot, so gotta watch that out for myself too. Okay, CDC. I love the CDC website only because it gives a bunch of facts. So that's the first thing I'll write. Facts about childhood obesity. And the CDC and like other like hospital-based like organizations do a great job at this. Facts, so health effects. And they also have their own sources on the bottom, which is pretty nice.
Okay. And I'll send you my contact information in just a few minutes. And if you could send me back the Zoom numbers, that would be great because I've got to confirm with students. Okay. Great. Thank you.
What else? What else? What else?
Okay, Raj,
We're done. Awesome.
So
I give a good little documentary about it.
awesome! I appreciate your help.
I tried to.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I'm